How did it feel to get back in a scrimmage situation first time this year?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it had been a while for me, obviously, with taking the or being out, during the spring, and I think it was really good. Just getting back out there, game like, atmosphere a little bit, and just putting the ball down and let us play. I thought it was really, really good, really positive.
How do you think you played? How do you think you did?
I did all right. Obviously, some things to work on, but I thought for the first day, collectively as a unit, I thought we did some really good things. Made some really positive plays down the field. We're trying to, see these running backs, and they took care of the ball, and so that was really good to see. And I thought the offensive line played really well, so it was really good. And then obviously, our defense is our defense, and they're going to be lights out just about every single day. So it was good to go up against them, finally, and get some good reps.
You guys mentioned there were 3 picks. Did you have one?
I did not.
How the young receivers coming along? You got a lot of them out there.
They are doing phenomenal. When you talk about guys like Anthony Swartz, Seth Williams, Matthew Hill, Shedrick Jackson, those guys can play. And like I said, I think if I remember correctly, all four of those guys had a pretty significant play throughout the scrimmage. So it was really positive to see those guys, and they're picking everything up really quick. They've obviously never played college football, so they've kind of excuse me, they have to get used to it and get the tempo down and that sort of thing. But I thought they're coming along really, really well, and it was really good to see them in a live setting make some really good plays.
Gus has said, and Chip both, that those guys are going to have a chance to play early.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like for you as a veteran quarterback working with those young receivers? Is it just more about teaching, just kind of going slower with them?
Yeah, no, it's great. I think, with our veteran guys coming back, Darius, Ryan, Nate, it's really good to have them too on the side to help them. Because, there's, 4 receivers on the field at one time, and it's hard to talk to, each one of them, one by one by one. It takes a lot of time. So if I'm over here talking to Seth, then Ryan and Darius are going to be talking to, Matthew and Anthony. And then if I'm over here talking to Matthew, they're, so we're collectively, between myself and the veteran receivers, we're talking to all of them, teaching them, the fundamentals of, routes and plays and, just how to play college football in general. So it's really good, and I think it's, going to be a really positive thing for us that, maybe we haven't had too much of in the last few years.
Considering the injuries you guys had on the offensive line last season and in spring, what was it like seeing Calvin go down and just that not again?
Oh yeah, I think anytime anybody gets hurt, whether if it's offensive lineman, quarterback, running back, receiver, DB, whoever it is, you don't want to see that, as a teammate, as a brother. But I think, and it's part of the game. So, I know like Darius James went down, in the 3rd game last year, and that was really scary. Ended up being fine, a few weeks later. So, it's just part of the game. But, I obviously hate for anybody to get hurt and that sort of thing. So.
Jarrett, you were talking before you started about the rumors, the injury rumors, and all that kind of stuff.
Oops.
How do you cope with being with the spotlight being on you all the time, like it is when you're in your position?
It is what it is. It kind of comes with the territory, I guess. I just like to stay the course and be myself, and let everybody else have all the opinions. And as long as I know what I can do, and the people in this room, the team, the staff, and everybody, as long as we're all on the same page, I think we're all right.
What's the craziest thing you've heard or read about you when you're like, what the hell is this?
I honestly couldn't tell you because I don't read anything.
Okay. What have you heard? What if someone came to you with?
Oh man, shoot, I don't even know. There's little things, nothing like too big, but there's just little things here and there that people say, hey, I heard this and this. I'm like, that doesn't make much sense, but okay. So
you don't read, does your fiance read it?
Not that I'm aware of, which we talk quite a bit, so she never tells me anything.
You don't read anything at all?
No, not at all. It's not good for myself or for anybody, in my opinion. I mean, it's just, again, people outside opinions, and I mean, I like to stay true to myself and that kind of thing. So.
It's great writing here.
What? Yeah.
Back to scrimmage, you mentioned the young receivers. Can you maybe describe one or two that made a certain play or what they did that stood out to you?
Let me think. Shed had a couple of good, kind of like a 10-yard stop route that he caught under duress. That was really good. Hit Shed on a downfield back shoulder throw. I thought he made a really good play on the ball. Matthew's really savvy, so something I like that he does is run like tunnel screens and that sort of thing. He ran a really good tunnel screen today, made a couple guys miss. That was really good, really positive. Seth took one, I don't know, 60, 70 to the house off a slant. Anthony Schwartz kind of got an end around handoff and took it for about 20, 25. So I thought all four of them had some really significant plays, and I mean, stuff that I can't do, so I'd rather just give them the ball.
I realize it's only been a week, but with Matthew Hill in particular, can you see his skill set being similar to Will's as he's playing that same position, that translates to that 3 role?
Yeah, no, I think, Will's just different. I've never seen anybody move like Will. I mean, Will's just a little bit different, but the thing I love about Matthew, he's very, like I said, very savvy. So he may not be the fastest guy or anything like that, but he just knows how to wiggle. He knows how to run the ball. He can just see the open field and move really, really well. That's something that I've really loved watching him play. And it kind of, it's funny, he reminds me of, it's kind of almost spooky how close he is to a guy that played before me at Baylor, a guy named Levi Norwood. I don't know if you remember him, but plays very similar, just kind of finds the open hole, whether he's trying to run a route, catch the ball, or, you know, getting a handoff, running, or whatever. He's just really savvy and knows how to move, which is really, really good to see.
Jarrett, Sal Cannell is a guy that played some last year, but he looks like he's got some potential to do more this year. Can you talk a little bit about him?
Yeah, no, Sal's been great. He's really taken a step up this fall, I think. And, you know, he's worked really hard, you know, throughout this whole summer, and you know, I think he's ready for this season. I think he's going to take another step forward this season, and I think we need him to. He's obviously a big body and you know, can catch well. You can go up and high point the ball, and so he's been doing some really good things, you know, as a bigger slot that, you know, maybe we haven't had before. So it's kind of a new thing that I think we've added a little bit to our offense, and you know, he's been doing some really good things, I think.
What's it been like having Cord Sandberg here? Obviously a newcomer, but an older presence in the quarterback room.
Yeah, it's good. He's a great dude. He obviously got drafted out of high school. He's kind of like the Stovall, you know, when Stovall first started, you know, 1,400 years ago. I can say that because he's one of my best friends. But it's great. You know, he's really dialed in, which is awesome to see. Because you never know. You know, a guy that goes and plays minor league baseball for 5 years and he comes back, and you just don't know if he's going to be like, oh, it's just college, let's go through it, or if he's really going to be locked in on what we're doing and trying to learn the playbook. And I mean, he's asking me stuff all the time about this play or that play, and you know, it's just good to see him, you know, wanting to learn, wanting to get better, and that sort of thing. So I think you know, as time progresses, he's just going to get more and more comfortable.
But there's got time for a couple more. I was gonna say, you guys call him grandpa or anything, yeah, like you did with Stovall, or?
No, KJ Britt said something the other day that was really funny, but I can't remember what it was. I don't know. But it was,
Seth Williams, have you seen him continue to make plays throughout practice? What stands out to you about him?
Seth is obviously a big body, and he can go up and get the ball. I don't know what his vertical is, but he may have the highest leaping ability on the team. And Darius Slayton may get mad at me for saying that. It'd be pretty close, but I mean, he can flat make some really impressive plays.
Obviously, there's a learning curve to play quarterback, period. Is there also a learning curve to do with being the face of the program, whether it's here or wherever the quarterback's going to be just particularly successful?
Yeah, no, I definitely think, you know, you learn a little bit over time. You know, obviously, Auburn is completely different to, you know, what I was used to before coming here. Total, you know, opposite sides of the spectrum. But, you know, I think with time, you learn about, you know, not reading things, or, you know, not taking things too much to heart, because, you know, again, everybody's got their own opinion. But I also think, you know, there comes a lot of responsibility, and I think that's a great thing to have. And you know, the platform that you have, the influence that you have on other people, can be pretty high at times. And you know, I think you just have to keep a level head, and just kind of take it day by day, and just learn from whether if you make a mistake or don't. Just kind of keep progressing forward, and just be a better person every single day. That's what I like to try to do. You know, when I have so much influence and so much, you know, that sort of thing, you know, going out around, whether if it's Auburn or, you know, wherever, I try to be a good influence to people, and I just try to be a good person.
Do you feel that? Do you feel this is a year where you're obviously more comfortable with the offense, that you'll be able to spread the ball around a little bit more? Whereas last year we saw Darius Slayton, he had a role. Will Hastings had a role. Brian Davis had a role. But do you think you guys can be a little bit more multiple and spread it around?
No, I definitely think that everybody has their certain role. So everybody has their certain things that they're really, really good at, and we're definitely going to get them the ball on those certain things. But at the same time, with myself coming back and all of the receivers coming back, like we just have a better understanding of each other, and I think Coach Malzahn and Coach Lindsey have a better understanding of us and how we play. And so I've just in fall camp so far, within this first week, I've seen a significant difference in just spreading the ball around more, you know, getting Nate Craig, you know, involved even more than last year, and doing some things like that, which has been great, because, you know, Ryan Davis led the SEC in receptions last year, but Darius Slayton has taken a huge step forward this fall camp. I mean, it's been, you know, 7 days. Nate Craig's the same way. You know, like I said, it's been good to see Sal get a lot of balls this fall camp, and make a lot of plays, and again, the young receivers. So I think we're going to be very, you know, I hope we're pretty challenging for people to stop, but we have a lot of weapons, and I think we're going to, you know, utilize that.
Thanks, Jarrett.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Peel that back up.